If I were to mention the word history, you might assume what comes next is some long-winded story. You know, one full of exposition. But this particular brand of history, it sits right on top of the surface.
These two rivals back at it again.
These two teams hate each other.
Doesn't come with a signed reading or require a comprehensive understanding of the
Trying to
game.
get us a seal here.
It's a story written in ink.
We got a division rivalry.
The kind you can't erase.
A couple rivals going at it with a lot on the
The
line.
kind that doesn't change just because the calendar does.
Showtime. Impose your will on
It is past and present.
Give me everything you got.
Chemistry
These guys know each other.
and chaos.
Let's go.
Oil and water.
We gonna look them in the eye. We gonna punch them in the mouth. This means something to me. They don't like us. We don't like them.
The story of rivals, as it's always been, as it will always be.
Hey, you want to talk rivals? Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy makes his first start at Lambeau Field to play the Pack today. Minnesota is trying to snap a two-game skid in the meantime. Elsewhere in the North, the Lions have been alternating wins and losses for the last 6 weeks. Coming off a loss to Philly last week, Goff and the gang hope that trend continues, at least today, as they host the New York Giants. Hey, no one wants a bounce-back game more than Sam Darnold. He can get it facing the team with the fewest wins in the National Football League, the one-win Tennessee Titans. Later today, it's America's game of the week, and what a game it is. The Super Bowl champion Eagles renew their rivalry with a Cowboys team that looks like it's ready to make some noise again. Most of you will get that game. Others will see Kirk Cousins and the Falcons take on the Saints in an NFC South showdown. We kick off one of the busiest travel weeks of the year with a ride with the one and only Fox NFL Sunday, presented by GMC and its all-electric full-size truck, the GMC Sierra EV. We are professional grade. Come on in here and stay a while, folks. I'm Kurt Menefee. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. Riding side saddle with the man who's back after feeling down last week, Terry Bradshaw.
Thank you.
Howie Long, Michael Strahan. Gronk is in the house as well.
Glad to hear Gronk.
It was just a bye week for me.
It's good for all of you to be here.
You know what's upsetting to me?
I got one thing to do before you do that, though. I want to thank Demi Moore.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than that. She started the show off for us. Season 2 of Landman is streaming right now on Paramount Plus.
Great first episode.
That speech she gave in the first episode, fantastic.
Don't give it away.
No.
No, I just said she gave a great speech. That's it.
Yeah.
Now what do you have?
Well, you killed my momentum. But what I wanted to say was simply...
Then we can skip it. Move on.
We're moving on now. All right, hey, with Thanksgiving around the corner, it is just about that time in the NFL season where the postseason blueprints are starting to be drawn. In the NFC, the champion Eagles are dusting off last year's design to keep them at the peak. Division leaders, the Rams and Bucks, are on scheme, but it's the architect Ben Johnson who has redrawn the Bears' plans and has them at the top of the North. In Seattle, the Darnold plan has proven successful so far, creating a foundation strong enough to lead the wild card grid, and the team on the outside of the frame, probably none more surprising than the Lions, whose blueprint has started to tear right now. We're going to talk about the Lions along with the Packers and Vikings a little bit later. But let's start talking in the NFC with the Bears. They have won 7 of their last 8. They lead the NFC North by a game. Yet they're currently third in line among the favorites to win the division. I'm going to ask you guys, where do the Bears finish when it's all said and done? First, second, third?
I'm going first. I'm
Really?
just
You're
go
going first, sir?
I love it. So you know what? Why not? Why not America? Why not finish first, huh? It doesn't have to be Detroit or Green Bay. All the people, that's what they want. I'm telling you right now, I believe in the Bears.
Their defense is beat up. I'm not sure they have enough on that side of the ball. Caleb is much watched TV. I think they finished second.
I think they go ahead, Gronk.
I don't see them finishing first, but I see them making the playoffs as a wild card. Caleb is still finding his ways, and their schedule gets really tough from here on out.
I think they finished second. They've won so many close games. I don't know if you can keep that up, especially how it's able to beat up.
You know what? You're right. They're second.
Thank you. I'm glad you agree.
All right, let's talk about the Rams and Eagles. They're tied for best record in the conference. We'll have more on Philly a little bit later. But right now, I'm going to ask you, are the Rams the best team in the NFC?
Head coach and quarterback are on a heater, and that defense is so good. The receivers are uncoverable, and I just think they're right now they're the most complete team.
Yeah, I agree. And I think they have the right combination of age. You got a quarterback with experience. You got a wide receiver, Devontae Adams, experience. Puka Nacua is young enough to be the stud. And a young defense, aggressive like that, I think
defensive front, so physical.
I like Philadelphia, but the problem is Rams are the only team that we know of in the NFC that people aren't saying, well, if they could this or well, if they could do that. While in Philadelphia, they're still questioning their quarterback, which makes no sense to me.
All right, look, the Rams take on Tampa today. Can the Bucs hold off Carolina, who've won 5 of their last 6 and are just half a game back as they play Monday night against San
I'll
Francisco?
go for this one of my former teams, but the Buccaneers, they just got to get healthy. They got way more talent than the Carolina Panthers, and their schedule eases up big time. I mean, they went through some tough games, over the past couple weeks, but once they get Godwin back this week as well and a couple other guys, they're going to start firing on all cylinders once again and run away. It's going to be close, but they're going to run away.
They got to play Carolina
and barely
twice.
win the division again.
After this win, after this loss, I don't think they're going to win this week. I think they go on a run.
Okay, everybody's saying that. And everybody's talking about Carolina. We sat here and just, they hadn't done much. Is the talent so tight in this league? Is you can have talent and you can have confidence.
Right.
They have both in Carolina. Don't sleep on them. So I'm not throwing Carolina.
Yeah, once again, why are we so quick to say, well, let's don't pay attention to Carolina? It's always the teams that we see and we like and we know. Carolina is up and coming, and why not Carolina?
All right, so they play
way too inconsistent.
Carolina plays, well, we'll find out. San Francisco Monday night. What do you make of the Niners right now? Who are they?
As long as their key guy, the head coach and their key guys on offense, they can carry a team maybe into the playoffs. Are they going to go far in the playoffs? Probably not.
They switched role reversal because they were really a defensively minded team. Now offense needs to carry them. Completely different team.
Are they good enough to make the playoffs?
Yep.
No. The Rams are in the division. The
Seattle,
Seahawks.
they're not making
They're too decimated on defense. They miss Fred Warner.
When you got an offense that explosive.
And Bosa.
I don't.
Well, a key part of that offense has been missing. Jay Glazer joins us right now to talk about it, actually. Jay, there are reports this week about Brandon Ayuk. The team took his guarantees away, and they fined him several times through the season. Are we ever going to see him back on the field this year?
I think it's up to Brandon Ayuk. And look, these fines and the guarantees were taken back because of him not doing what he's supposed to do in his rehab all the way back in camp. And he's continued to incur these fines. And I think the answer is, look, if Brandon Ayuk tries to do what he needs to get back with the team, they're going to love to have him back. But if he continues to miss these things, not only do I not see him playing this year, his career in San Francisco is probably over. It's up to Brandon.
All right, we'll find out then. We'll keep an eye on him and that. Earlier on Fox NFL Kickoff, you mentioned that Aaron Rodgers, he's out today with that wrist. What's the update on him?
Look, I talked to Mike Tomlin about it this morning, and he said, I want to hold him out this week to protect him for next week. And I think the thought process is he has a break in that wrist, but it's not displaced. But if he ends up going out there and it lands on it the wrong way, it could be displaced, and he'd be out for the rest of the year if that happens. So they wanted to protect him in this game.
We mentioned earlier the Bucs and Rams play. People forget there was one game. After signing for 2 days, Baker Mayfield came and played, kind of revived his career. But Sean McVay said maybe he did the same thing for him?
Yeah, look, I talked to Jason Light, the Buccaneers GM, yesterday, and he said Baker Mayfield's time with the Rams, he said Sean McVay's probably the first coach that allowed him to be Baker. That's what we were looking for. And I went and told Sean that they said that yesterday. He said, really, that's what they said? Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, he said, but at the same time, I was going through a hard time. Matthew Stafford was hurt, so he helped me get the love of football back, and I think I did the same thing for him. So it was great. Hey, wait, one more thing here also. When I'm talking about love, not just football, but everything, hey, a very happy birthday to my little brother, Michael Strahan, over there. Happy birthday, Stray. Happy birthday. You don't look a day over 68. You look fantastic.
And I appreciate all those nice pictures you posted on our group chat, Jay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pictures that we cannot share with the rest of America unless HR gets involved. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to Michael. Thank you very much to Jay. We've got much more coming up here.
Coming up, the leaders in the AFC may not be who we expected, but they've been there before. The guys discuss how they think the conference will shake out. Then Ross St. Brown's NFL season may be past the halfway point, but his season of giving is just getting started. The Eagles are flying high in the NFC yet again, thanks to a 4-game win streak and some dominant defense. We hear from Philly's fearsome 4. So don't go anywhere. Kurt said, stay a while. Well, Thursday, we're headed to Detroit for a special 2-hour Thanksgiving pregame show.
Mark Wahlberg's going to set the table, and we'll hear from Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jordan Love, and Tom Brady. Plus, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Jack White will headline the halftime show, powered by Verizon. Our coverage starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on Fox. Of course, Dallas will play its annual Thanksgiving game that day as well. So far this season, it seems like it's been either feast or famine for the boys.
That's going to end the Cowboys' hopes for a tremendous upset. Cowboys win it. Offense is looking great. Cowboys earned this loss.
Yeah, Cowboys are so popular.
Game ends in a tie. Touchdown Dallas. Cowboys win. Just have to flush this one and move on. Touchdown Dallas. Holy cow.
The price of the stock is going up,
There's blockbuster written all over it.
All right, why don't we find out how Dak does it in our precision coverage brought to you by GMC. And Howie, I don't know about their defense these days. This offense is as good as it is.
Yeah, and the two wide receivers are kind of driving it. You know, who they get them matched up on, I think, is the big concern. And you know, one way to do it, and they do it a lot of different ways, is put Pickens out in the X, wide out by himself, and CeeDee Lamb on the three receiver side run a bunch formation, which makes it harder for the defense to man up. Might have to play zone, but Adoree Jackson is the guy they want those two matched up on.
And the big thing when Pickens came over from Pittsburgh, how's he going to fit with the team? What's his attitude, his energy? How's he going to fit with CeeDee Lamb? And they got enough footballs to go around between the two. And he's been fantastic. I mean, over 900 yards. He has 7 touchdowns. He's really given a physicality to this receiving core because he's the guy who refuses to go down when he catches the ball.
Yards after the catch.
And everyone's talking about CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens out there, but what about Jake Ferguson, their tight end? He's having a heck of a year. He has 7 touchdowns this year already. He's a great red zone threat. And on top of it, he's a safety blanket for Dak Prescott as well.
They had a touchdown pass to Ferguson, their tight end. I want to illustrate through this tape here.
Illustrate, okay.
I want to show you. Watch Dak Prescott's eyes. He will look left. The safety on the top left is, watch number 20. He freezes right there. Then at the bottom, Devin White, the linebacker, bumps out 2 yards and allows Ferguson the area right down the middle. He looked left, froze the safety, came and fired the football. He only had one option on that pass route, and that was his tight end, Ferguson. So I want to show you guys.
Okay,
Michael, you be
the best athlete on the field.
You be Pickens.
Yeah.
You're Devin White. You're my tight end, Rich Russo.
I'll play number 87.
You're Williams.
Rich Russo's coming back in 2 weeks.
Now, I'm going to send Kurt in motion. Pick my leg up, go in motion. Howie jumps out 2 steps.
steps.
Hut, I'm going to look left. I'm holding the safety. Then I turn. I fired in there. Just enough. Holding the safety, gave the area, and when you going out, you created a lane for the tight end.
Yep.
And if you look on the tape, you'll see 20, the safety. After the touchdown, he does this. Oh, no. It was Prescott's eyes that held him in place.
Well, I'm glad Gronk has good eyes and hands because you would really hurt him when you threw that ball.
He still got zip on it.
Yeah, I got it.
So their arms, the last thing you know, as you always say. Hey, maybe Dak is in line for another big game today. He's won 5 straight at home against the Eagles. Of course, that Philly defense will have a little something to say about that. Later in the show, some of their stars will tell us what they have in store for the Cowboys. And it's My Cause, My Cleats week in the NFL. Lions Pro Bowler Amon-Ra St. Brown will tell us about some students he teamed up with to make his latest design.
If you're looking for a partner who loves football as much as you do, download Fumble, the NFL's first fan-only dating app.
None of my dates were interested in 4th down probability until I met Carly.
Even if it doesn't make any sense, we're going for it.
And now with Fumble Plus, you could unlock the rival setting because sometimes opposites attract.
I wasn't even looking for love. I was looking for a quarterback.
Same. And I found both. I got a message on the app. It said, "You up?" She meant in the standings.
We've been getting lucky a lot.
So get out of the friend zone and into the end zone with Fumble.
Never hurts to get lucky, right? Hey, we talked about the NFC standings earlier. Well, looking at the division leaders in the AFC reminds us of a time before dating apps even existed.
Who doesn't love getting a little nostalgic? Sunday mornings on the couch will do that to you, especially with some familiar AFC powerhouses. Whoa! Okay, I see a flip phone, quality network programming, cargo pants, and puka shells? This is 20 years ago.
Welcome to Fox NFL Sunday.
But hear me out. Is this a flashback?
Who wins the AFC? Peyton Manning and the Colts.
Ooh, I'd say New England.
I'm going to say Broncos.
Or is the flash back? Yep, the 2005 AFC favorites are leading their divisions again.
Denver's doing something defensively the rest of the league's not doing. Denver wins the game.
The Broncos, undefeated at home with a stout defense.
You had to have a blueprint. What to be on offense, it would be the Indianapolis Colts.
The Colts, a balanced offense with an all-pro running back leading the way.
There's Mike Vrabel.
I like the Patriots. New England is too good.
The Patriots dominating again with a guy named Vrabel on the sidelines. And the Steelers hovering around 500 with a banged-up QB.
Roethlisberger was iffy to even start.
He's deactivated for Pittsburgh.
But they stole the whole playoffs. You never know. Wow, that tracks. You are watching 2025 while watching 2005. And somehow it makes perfect sense. Can someone bring me a DVD of this with a duplicate? Thanks a lot.
We had to calm Howie down when we saw that shot of Jay.
I mean, Jay with hair.
He's double.
Look at that.
Rogaine Jay.
Yeah, you look so excited to be there.
Oh, my God.
It's like plugs.
Yeah.
Those plugs.
What's with the hands
Way
on the
better
hip
now,
up
man.
now?
Way better. Look at that.
Yeah, what is that?
That's like a chia pet on my head.
No, you look like you ate that guy over your right side.
All right, let's talk about 2025 version of these teams. Hey, the Broncos and Patriots, they're tied for best record at 9-2. Both of them have won 8 games in a row. Which of the teams there is the team to beat the AFC?
Oh, boy.
Broncos,
Patriots. Yeah, and I mean,
The most
they got
complete
Drake
team
May.
right now would be New England.
Yes. Because
Right?
they're dominant on offense, and they got a very solid defense as well.
And their schedule is really light.
Broncos, though, man. Broncos got a D. Broncos. I'm
defense.
I'm going with Denver.
You got to warm Bo Nix up 2 hours early to get him to play in the first quarter the way he plays in the fourth.
Bo Nix is an older guy, man. He came in at 20. He's going to warm old people up to get him going.
Look, for years, the Chiefs have been the team to beat in the AFC. They got a big game against Indy today. Are we at the stage where we say Kansas City has to win today or the dynasty is over?
Absolutely. I'm saying the dynasty, I don't know,
No.
because we don't know what's happening with Kelsey. He's part of that dynasty. I think that this is a team.
GM,
Yeah, head coach, GM.
quarterback.
And
It might be.
with Patrick Mahomes there, too, I mean, they can have a down year, but the dynasty will always be a possibility.
Yep.
And they got to
with
win
that.
this game if they want their high playoff hopes
They
still.
want to make the playoff, period.
Speaking of is it over, has the Bills Super Bowl window closed?
Gosh, you know what?
No.
I am so disappointed
For
in the
this
way
year?
Buffalo.
Period. Like,
No,
is this period?
God, no, you got the quarterback. You
I
got the
don't
offensive
care
line.
who you
got
have.
the running
You
back.
can't
Get him
lose
some,
games
get him
like
some
they're
players
losing.
on the outside, whether it's through the draft, through free agency. Had a couple of people on defense.
No.
I think they got a quarterback that feel like he needs to do everything in order to win because
Yes.
he sees the deficiencies that they had compared to what they had before.
He shot a 59 the other day. He ran for 3, threw for 3. You just knew
The Buffalo Bills, Terry.
When you go to play Houston, are you kidding me?
The Bills
not
missed their opportunity when the Patriots
I agree.
stunk for those last 3 to 4 years, and now the Patriots took control of the division once again. Bye-bye, Buffalo
I'll
Bills.
tell you
Nah,
what,
buddy.
Grunt, that's the best.
And he's from
Patriots
Buffalo.
went to the
Hey,
7-Eleven and got a
we
one of those
saw
lotto cards.
Buffalo get beat up by Houston. That defense dominant. Is that defense dominant enough to get Houston into the playoffs?
Yeah.
If that quarterback plays the way he's playing.
Which one? Davis
Which
Mills?
one?
Davis
Mills.
Mills.
or
Davis
Strauss?
No, so I mean that's going to be a tough
Take
decision.
anyone
I'd
that can
stay
throw a
with
touchdown.
Mills,
You got
right?
Will Anderson and those guys coming on.
Yeah, the way they're playing. Hey,
Score
defense
17
amazing.
points, you got a shot to win.
let's talk about Baltimore. They've won 4 in a row. They're back at 500 after 1-5 start. Are they going to catch Pittsburgh in the North?
Yes. And this could be one of the greatest comebacks we've seen. I mean, just Baltimore and Lamar with all the beat up and everybody thought they were out of it. I think Baltimore is still that team to
Defense
worry
for
about.
Pittsburgh is much better. I'm sad that Aaron's got a broke wrist and can't play today. They need him if they're going to win.
Baltimore
that division.
defense was holding them back, too. I think
Yeah.
they got
They're
better
Iffy
as
at
well.
beginning of the year.
Let's talk about that Baltimore team because they play the Bengals on Thanksgiving. Jay Glazer, we heard all week about Joe Burrow being back to practice. Why did they decide to not play him today?
Well, here's the thing. I remember originally I told you Joe Burrow told me a couple weeks ago, he was aiming for Thanksgiving-ish to come back. Well, he actually pushed to play in today's game. And during the week, I told you last week he was going to take some 11-on-11s. Well, they had to expand that because Joe Flacco was hurt. So he took a lot of the first-team reps with the starters. But in the end, the Bengals looked and said, you know what? If he plays today, then it's just a quick turnaround. 4 days after that, it's probably not enough time. Let's just err on the side of caution and hold him out for an extra week there. So provided everything goes great this week, I could see Joe Burrow going. I know he's pushing for it. But again, Thanksgiving has always been his goal.
I like the 2025 version of Jay much better.
Jay, you look good.
Hey,
you look good, Jay. You look great. You don't look like you ate the other guy. You look like you ate half of him.
Hey, at home, don't forget you've got a free shot at free money every week on the Fox Sports app. Get your picks in for Super 6, sponsored by DraftKings. One of today's questions is who's going to have the most receiving yards? Jackson Smith and Jigba leads the league by more than 200 yards so far this season. All right, plenty of action coming up at the top of the hour, including Jordan Love and the Packers renewing their rivalry against the Minnesota Vikings. First time for J.J. McCarthy in this battle. That comes up right at the top of the hour, but we got more of Fox NFL Sunday on the other side of this. Well, this week, NFL players are wearing custom cleats as part of the My Cause, My Cleats campaign to spotlight the causes closest to their hearts. Visit NFL.com/MyCauseMyCleats to learn their stories, bid on their cleats, and support the charities making a difference in their communities. We've got our own cleats again this year. Mine is for Direct Relief. They provide disaster aid all across the globe, including all 50 states. The Texas floods this year, the fires in Malibu this year, and for 14 straight years, they've gotten a perfect 100 rating from Charity Navigator, so you know the money goes to the right cause.
Wow. Great foundation.
Yeah, nice. Mine is actually the Michael Phelps Foundation. You guys know, like, I've been open about my mental health issues. So is Michael Phelps. The two of us leaned into each other about this a lot. So anything I can do to help him, I'm in. And he actually uses his foundation for mental wellness for children and to try and build them up from the inside out. It's a beautiful foundation.
Great, I'm Chris Long Foundation, the Water Boys Initiative, wanting to provide water to people in need. Over 1 million people, that's the goal. They're more than half the way there. This year, they're going to climb Kilimanjaro, marking the 10-year anniversary of the initiation of the fund.
Yeah, and I've been an investor in that. I've got a couple of water
you got a
wells.
Yeah,
I do.
Just so you know, he's done a well.
Yes.
But no kid hungry. I mean, I can't believe we live in this awesome country and we have children out there that are absolutely starving to death. And so mine is all about hungry. I've had food banks where I've fed them, gave them all my hogs. I've harvested hogs just for the kids. So no kid hungry.
Yes, and I'm raising awareness for the Gronk Nation Youth Foundation that was founded in 2013 through my family and I. And I wanted to give back to the kids to have the same opportunity that I had to succeed in sports and activity. And for example, we have donated plenty of football pads and helmets to Pop Warner teams, donated plenty of weight rooms to high schools. And on top of the nearest prized possession to my heart, I just opened up a $1.8 million playground in the city of Boston.
A couple months ago.
Kids are running all over the place every day on that playground.
Well, awesome, man. And I am St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. St. Jude's was one of the leaders in treating childhood cancer. And the great thing about St. Jude that I love and I've been a supporter since we went there with Fox, double-digit years ago, is that no parent, you don't worry about those things. You don't worry about the bills. You don't worry about the treatment of your children because they're getting great treatment. They take care of your family. You all stay together. The unit, so the support is there, and they share all the research with hospitals around the world. So I've always been a big proponent of St. Jude.
Everything here is a way of being of service. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. They're great-looking cleats. We're going to autograph all of them, each one of us individually. And you at home, you can bid on the cleats, get them autographed, and own them. All you have to do is go to NFL.com/auction. Enter one of our names in the search bar. 100% of the proceeds from the sales get donated to that charity. So you can contribute as well. All right, Detroit's Amon-Ra St. Brown, well, he's got a special cleat today. And to design it, he got some help from some young Lions fans.
There's so many little things that go into playing the position of wide receiver. You're kind of like an artist. The idea of self-expression, you got the routes, you got the plays, and then when you get out there, you got to always shoot for the stars. My Cause, My Cleats is so special because I'm able to represent something that's honestly bigger than me. The St. Brown Foundation, it embodies children and school and literacy. As I got older, I started to realize how important school was and what kind of foundation it laid for me. You know, letting kids know that I'm repping that on my feet. But I didn't want to just wear the message. I wanted to make it something bigger. I decided to add the kids in and make it a whole collaboration. We bussed about 35 or so kids down to the facility, all designing, you know, a special cleat that I could wear.
Creating a cleat, this one for us has been a blessing. It's teaching, it's giving to the kids to inspire them that they can go after and do anything that they dream.
The winner is this one right here. I mean, the all grit to me stood out immediately. I love the way that it was drawn. I feel like when I first got here to Detroit, grit was, you know, was a word that stuck with me. You know, we started off only winning 3 games, but I feel like we had a gritty group.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
It just brought me back to my rookie year when I first got drafted here.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, I see you!
If you actually look at the word all grit, it's imperfect, right? The kids just free-handed it, they had fun, you know, they put their touch on it. They just did their best. It's perfectly imperfect.
Being perfectly imperfect with the cleat, I think, kind of translates to football. It kind of embodies me. I mean, I'm not, you know, ideal size receiver. You know, I'm not running no 4.3, 4.2s, but I'm able to do things in a way that I do them, and no one can kind of replicate that.
Oh, Amon-Ra, that is beautiful!
I think that's what makes the cleat so special. It has its own touch. It's not perfect. It kind of reminds me of being a receiver out there on the field.
To the end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra!
For the St. Brown Foundation and my cause, my cleats, I hope that I inspire the kids, let the kids know you can be whatever you want. Come Sunday when I run out that tunnel in my awesome cleats, you know, I hope that I let the kids know that they should always shoot for the stars.
Great job by Amon-Ra St. Brown. As a matter of fact, Shoe Club Nation represented at the game today as they host the New York Giants. There are a bunch from East Jordan Middle High School ready to cheer him on. And you know what, Terry? They need him today. The way they looked last week, only 9 points against the Eagles. Now they have to try and bounce back.
Well, let's go back to the Viking game, America, and remember how bad Goff played in that game. Well, what happened? Blitzes, pressure, right in his face, a horrible game. Then you go to the Philadelphia game, 19 pressures. For all you quarterbacks out there, what gets to us, what really upsets us more than anything, not the sacks, it's the pressures. We all of a sudden, we start anticipating getting hit. We force the throws. They're into the ground. They're over their head. They're intercepted. Pressure is the one thing that kills this football team. Today, they won't have to worry about that, though. I think they can do just fine today.
All right, 2 other teams in the North going at it at the top of the hour, Grok. This is a big game for both Minnesota and the Packers, who, even though they won last week, maybe need a little get right.
Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings are not looking like a playoff team this year. It was a big drop-off from last year. And the big question this whole week has been surrounded by J.J. McCarthy, their quarterback. Do they have their guy? Well, J.J. McCarthy is the only person that can answer that. He has to go out there and fix his problems that's been going on, his inconsistency. He's been showing flashes, but he needs to make those throws when it comes down to it, and he's been taking a lot of heat. But one thing about all this through the turmoil that's going on in Minnesota is what I like is Justin Jefferson sticking by his quarterback. It shows what type of character he has, and you really don't see that with stardom players like Justin
His
Jefferson.
rookie year at quarterback, he missed last year.
Yes.
Hey, that's his quarterback, man.
That's some T.O. That's some T.O. right there.
I love T.O., but boy, that was something else. You know, on the other side of it, Green Bay, they're going to play the NFC rivals the next 3 weeks, next 3 games. If they can win those 3 games, they're going to take over the lead in that division, which I think that they can do. I mean, that guy right there, Jordan Love, last week, he took a big shot in the Giants game in his non-throwing arm, but then he came back and he showed the grit that we've been waiting for. We sit and go, where's the grit with Jordan Love when it gets tight? He showed it last week, and he's played his best football over the last 2 years after Week 12. 25 touchdowns, just 1 interception after Week 12 over the last 2 years. I expect for him to add to that. He may be with Josh Jacobs. I mean, that could be a big loss for today. But also, Christian Watson stepped up. His best game last week since coming back from ACL injury in Week 8 of last year. So I think the Packers could take control of that division starting today.
Howie, another game coming up in about 20 minutes or so here on Fox. Seattle trying to bounce back from losing last week against the Rams. They take on a Tennessee team that they should be able to control. Are you losing any faith in Seattle based off of that loss last week?
None whatsoever. And I don't think they walk away from this game with anything but confidence. You know, I love Ernest Jones. His full-throated kind of defense of Sam Darnold's performance with the 4 interceptions, I think it's indicative of this team. This team has great chemistry. I think it's a culture there. I pull for Sam Darnold, but Sam, on the road with the defense that you have, you just can't make those throws. Be aggressive, and that's who they are. That's who Seattle is. They're going to take their shots down the field. But on the pressure throws, you can't make those throws. And, you know, the 4 picks, and they walked away from that game with an opportunity to win the football game. If not for a great special teams punt that pinned them inside the 1-yard line, they might have had a chance to win that football game.
And part of the reason, as you said, that defense is ranked in the top 6 right now. But we're going to talk about a team that's ranked even better. They've been the stingiest team in the league lately, the Philadelphia Eagles. When we come back, a few of the birds tell us why the reigning champs feel like they're ready to fly, Eagles, fly. Coming up at the top of the hour is Jameis getting his Giants fired up against the Lions. Like to be in that hole.
I started FanSwitch, a company that will handle all the details to help you convert to a new NFL team seamlessly. As someone who switched from a Commanders fan to an Eagles fan halfway through my life because I'm mentally ill, I know it can be a logistical nightmare. Getting a new jersey collection, changing your bumper sticker, finding a new family because they realized they raised a traitor. Want to become an Eagles fan like me? Smart. FanSwitch has divorce attorneys ready for when your wife leaves you, because she will. We'll also teach you what to order at Wawa on game day and how to use the word John. Just kidding, no one knows what that means. Maybe you want to switch to the Giants. If so, we'll prescribe you antidepressants and teach you to believe you're the best team in New York City, even though you play home games in New Jersey. Want to be a Chargers fan? Great, that makes 3 of you. We can help you switch to virtually any team. New Raiders fans, we'll teach you how to live in the past and make toilet wine in prison. Want to be a Browns fan? I don't know why you hate yourself, but we got you. New Chiefs fans, we'll get you a time machine so you can go back to when they actually knew how to win. Are you thinking of becoming a Cowboys fan? First off, ew. Second, FanSwitch will help you practice saying, "We're America's team" with a straight face. We'll also send you a pair of cowboy boots, which are actually just high heels for men. So give FanSwitch a call today because, like our slogan says, loyalty is for losers. Go Birds.
And because of that switch, comedian Whitney Cummings is a huge Eagles fan. But if you're an opponent facing their defense, well, it's anything but funny these days. Philly has allowed single-digit points in each of their last 2 games. And while this unit plays with a fierce mentality, they know how to have a laugh, too.
Eagles defense. Oh, defense.
Class is in session.
Action.
Be violent in everything you do. Be physical, baby. Let's fly around tonight. It's intercepted.
That's how you get the party started here in Lincoln Financial.
I feel like we need to bring back the Broad Street bullies. If we play physical, we play tough.
Physical football.
We right on Broad Street, so why not be bullies?
You need to be physical. You want to impose your will on the other team.
We do play tough, smash mouth football. That's how we like to play the game.
That defense comes up with a big play.
Make the other team feel you. Whatever nickname, we can lead that up to JD. If Jordan Davis like Broad Street bullies, then I love it.
Big man lead the way, that's what we say.
It's blocked! Jordan Davis! I've never seen anything like this. Do you believe in miracles?
I guess it's just a Philly thing.
Hey, JD, let me tell you something. It's by far one of the funniest human beings I have ever met.
N'Kobe is the juice man.
Who said that? It ain't the juice man.
Best part about having N'Kobe Dean back, he seems to bring that fire every time we step on that field.
Save the game!
Oh, N'Kobe, man, he's something special.
The energy, man, the juice, the way he plays, he has a chip on his shoulder.
Great instincts.
Yeah. Who said juice man?
Cowboys, Eagles, old school NFC matchup.
Dak's a great quarterback. He gets in that mode, you know, that mode that we got to get him out of.
There's a little bit of a different vibe, you know, whenever it's Cowboys week.
Nobody likes anybody in this division.
You know, I guess I could be, you know, a little rough and, you know, when it comes to the division opponents, but I play a gentleman's game.
I just want us to play the outstanding. I want us to go out there and play physical and hit people in the mouth. is it we want to hold ourselves to that high standard, and whoever is brought along in this defense, like we just got Jalen Phillips, we want to bring him up to speed as fast as we can.
Hey, and welcome with a big-time strip sack.
It was almost instant impact.
The biggest thing that I liked and impressed me was how easy it was for him to transition and be one of the guys. And that kind of connectivity and brotherhood just kind of spread throughout the defense.
I think it was like that last year when we went on our run, and I think it's going to be the same this year.
I think we're on the right track. You know, I have confidence in our defense. Y'all should have interviewed us both together. Oh, there's right there.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, what's up, brother?
Kind of a little Batman and Robin in there with the two of them.
This guy's so serious on the field.
You'll question my play calls at times.
I just like to make sure we're on the same page, you know?
That irks me. If I say it, just play it.
Yeah, just make sure to test him a little bit.
Is that what it is?
Best thing about Reed, I think, is his leadership. I watched him from last year, you know, to this year, and how much he's grown in that leadership position. That's been really cool to see.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate y'all time.
See y'all. Go Bears.
I mean, they're having fun, and they should be. They're the best defense in the NFL. You know, they keep talking about Broad Street bullies. Well, that's the NHL. That's the Flyers, the Philly Flyers who play across the street. Back in the 70s, they're the Broad Street bullies, and now in 2025, these Eagles are some bullies as well. But, you know, Jalen Carter gets kicked out of the first game before it even starts. He's a big part of this defense, especially interior part of the line. You're going to get him back. Then the biggest thing, Nakobe Dean. He has been incredible for this Philly defense. Since he's been back, they've allowed 12 points, only 82 yards rushing a game. And I think with that combination, one touchdown pass between Jordan Love and Goff in those last two games, one touchdown pass with those two incredible quarterbacks, I just think that Philadelphia, even though they're a team that's coming off a Super Bowl win, I've never seen such turmoil on the offensive side of a team coming off a Super Bowl. On the defensive side, they have it together, and they're leading this team, and Howard Roseman done a great job of bringing Phillips in to even help that pass rush even more.
I can't remember a team that's 8-2, as you mentioned, with more drama in the media, in the locker room, now unattributed quotes inside the building. We've all won Super Bowls. You've won 2 in a row twice. It puts you in a different category. To win one is an amazing accomplishment. To have the opportunity and the talent to do it, which the Philadelphia Eagles do have, if you blow that opportunity, you know, you look back, talk to people from Seattle Seahawks, talk to people from the '85 Bears, my Raiders teams. When you don't get it done and you have the talent to do it, that stays with you the rest of your life.
You know, Michael, you're not going to like this.
Go ahead.
No, I'm going to do it anyway, even though I know you're not going to like it.
What?
All right. But I got a stud horse. His name is Mean Joe Green. Biggest disappointment I ever had in my barn. And I finally had a talk with him this past week, and I said,
with Joe, son, or the horse?
The horse. And I told him, look, man, we got the World Show coming up. You're going to stay in the Bradshaw barn, or you're going somewhere else. He went out, and you know what? He delivered. He won the world, people. His name is Taco. In case you want to breathe to him, just call me. Anyway, my point is this I'm trying to make. This is Dallas. This is it. I have a talk with you. It's time to deliver. Dallas today makes a statement by beating Philadelphia, and then they'll convince themselves they belong. They're world champions. You like that?
You know that
was
good.
good.
Not that I dislike when you tell your stories, but sometimes you get a little off.
You took
that was good.
A little. The Lewis and Clark
Always off.
No,
I did not.
You made a right at Mississippi.
Gronk, follow that up.
No, Terry, I'm on the same page as you. And if the Cowboys
Why does that not surprise
beat the
us, right?
Philadelphia Eagles today, not with the horse, but with the Cowboys, if they do beat the Eagles today, it's because of their offense. It has been humming all year long. And this George Pickens trade is becoming and being proven as the steal of the offseason this year. And what's making the Dallas Cowboys offense go, yeah, you got Lamb, you got Pickens, but it's their run game. It's keeping them balanced. Javonte Williams is having a career year, and it's opening up that play action as well for Dak Prescott. So with that balanced game, that humming of the ball in the air, that pass offense, hey, the Cowboys, hey, they got a good shot
Can
today.
they block him, though? Can they give him time today?
Well, and then they added to the interior, the defensive line, too. You know,
They've played much better defensively since the trade deadline.
deadline. That's America's Game of the Week. It's coming up later on. It is a huge game, but in the meantime, early games are just about to kick off, so why don't we check in with Jake Glazer to see who's in and out? Brought to you by Geico.
Yeah, we're going to start with that defensive front that Stray was just talking about, obviously, with the deadline over there. And here's the thing. They finally got Solomon Thomas. He's coming back today. It's the first time all their defensive tackles there. However, Jadeveon Clowney, he is a legit game-time decision. If you asked me yesterday, I would say there's optimism. Right now, it's about 50-50, but they got to work him out and see if he can go. He's been playing really well for that front. All right, let's switch over to Green Bay Packers. Josh Jacobs. Tough as nails. Josh Jacobs has a knee contusion. They want to meet with Josh, decide do we protect him from himself or not. Obviously, you see him over here. He is out today in street clothes because they got to play in 4 days, and they want to make sure he's good against Detroit. But on the other side, defensively, they get a big boost back. Lucas Van Ness, former first-round pick, told me last night he is going to play today despite that foot injury. For the Seattle Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, he's been questionable with a glute injury. However, he practiced later this week. He is good to go. And another running back, Jaylen Warren for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Aaron Rodgers is out. However, they will have their running back Warren in today. Mike Tomlin says he's good to go. And Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs. Look, he has some tendonitis in that ankle, held him back a little bit, but he is good to go. And finally, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Chris Godwin, who has had so many different injuries. He is actually back for later. It's a huge comeback for them. Next week, they expect Bucky Irving back. And then a couple weeks after that, Mike Evans. So help is on the way.
All right, we'll find out. Hey, starting tomorrow, you can build Thanksgiving parlays with your friends using FanDuel Pass the Leg. Add your leg, pass it on to your friends, and lock it in. Gronk, you've got a parlay for us today.
Yes, I'm telling you right now, this is the best pass your leg four-way parlay you can bet on today. I got Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, and Bijan Robinson to each score a touchdown.
All right, let's get to our picks for today. Howie, we'll start with you. Rams at home, favored by 7 over the Bucs.
Honoring Aaron Donald, the great Aaron Donald tonight. You can't go anywhere but the Rams.
Terry, Falcons at the Saints. New Orleans favored by 1.5.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on a losing streak, 2 in a row, but I'm going to have to go with my home state team, the Saints, as they win today.
Michael, the Packers at Lambeau favored by 6.5 over the Vikings.
Well, being that I am leading the picks.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I'm come back.
Oh, did I say that?
I'm right behind.
I'm leading the picks. I'm going to go with Green Bay in Green Bay against the Vikings. I think the Packers are going to get hot.
All right, Gronk, America's Game of the Week. Eagles favored by 3 at Dallas.
Yes, Dallas is home. Their offense is absolutely humming. I'm going with the upset.
Yes, there you go.
Bam.
My man.
That's later on. Today is just about time for your game to kick off. You're getting an early one. We will see you again at halftime of that one. We thank you so much for watching Fox NFL Sunday, presented by GMC. We'll see you at halftime, folks.